Mamdani.
Right, but
Yeah.
what was I saying? Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying the M and the N.
You can also just say I'm endorsing Zohran.
Okay,
That's
yeah, but
easy.
no, but we like
Yes.
the Mamdani.
Yeah.
Mama.
You know what happened to the last guy who got it wrong.
I know.
We don't even know where he is anymore.
Welcome to our neighborhood.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Yo, have a good one, man.
Thank you, boss.
La bataille pour moun qui va départir yo qui m'a fait tout. Il a.
All I know how to say is "ça passe." That's all I have.
Na boule.
Can you tell me a little bit about where we are?
We are in Little Haiti. We probably have about 500,000 Haitians in New York City. We want people to know that we exist.
Yeah.
And so when people are riding the train station, they hear, "Welcome to Little Haiti."
My mother's been living here for over 30 years.
Okay.
And they've raised.
The rich guys in New York are up in arms over Zorhan Mamdani because they don't understand why people would vote for him. This video we just saw is a prime example of why people would vote for him. He's literally walking the streets of Little Haiti in New York. White suit, the whitest thing you've seen, but yet he's a brown person. When is the last time you've seen one of these rich billionaires get their ass from Wall Street and go to Little Haiti? You haven't. You hardly do, if you have. And that is one reason why Mamdani won. He gets what the people are going through. He's young. He understands the nuances of life right now. He hasn't been someone who's a old white guy, crusty old white guy that's just been sitting in boardrooms slapping their secretaries on the ass. And I'm not saying that they all do that, but there are some that do. He's actually down in the trenches getting to know people. And that's why he's beloved. Not to mention his message of unity. People have been trying to say that this man is an anti-Semite because he's calling for peace in the Middle East. He's calling for the folks in Palestine and Israel to have a ceasefire so that folks are not dying. There's a big difference between that and being an anti-Semite. He's calling for different things that folks wanted that the government haven't done. The government has slid its pendulum to the way of big corporation, big business. And along with that, the same people that have all the wealth now also have all the power, and they set the rules and regulations for the people in the middle class and poor. And while inflation goes up, their wealth has gone up, but the price and expense of everything for the middle class is going down. So rich people, can you not understand why there's a cry for this guy? And I get rich people saying a lot of the things he's proposing he can't get done. Well, I mean, literally, folks, you can say that about any damn politician. No one single politician can do anything by their damn self. And I don't understand why somebody don't just check these rich guys when they say that. No one politician can do it by himself. It takes a collective. But for the same reason you rich guys love Trump is the opposite, but yet the same method, reason why the poor and middle class like Mamdani. He represents somebody that'll speak on their behalf. He represents somebody that's willing to work to put the things in place that can help them uplift their life. You guys voted for Trump, most of you. If you're not a racist, which some of y'all don't want to admit it, you are, you voted for Trump for your pocketbook. Well, that's what the middle class wants too. And we don't want to have to always go through you rich guys who make you jump through fiery hoops, go to a secretary's den, get your ass slapped, or have to do slave labor just to get ahead in life. The basic necessities is what Mamdani represents. And I'm going to leave you guys on this last video that he did, which just shows you more of why he's in tune with the people. And for those of you that are in tune with me, please subscribe. Go check out beacons.ai/politics of being black. There you can get a link to all 2 of my YouTube channels, one for politics, one for movies. Both of my podcasts, both are political. Both of my TikToks, one for movie, one for politics. And you can get a newsletter of the most up-to-date things going on in politics and money, because that's basically my background. And I would love to see you guys come back for more. Here's more reasons to support why people love Mamdani, and this rich man mentality is starting to erode.
1 week ago, we shocked the establishment and redrew the political map with a campaign relentlessly focused on the needs of working people. We always thought our victory would come after multiple rounds of ranked choice voting. So when we got more first-round votes than Eric Adams got in 7 rounds in the last election, it was astonishing. Since then, a lot of people have asked me if I was surprised by the results. In some ways, I was. But in other ways, this was always the plan. We wanted to rebuild a coalition that had frayed over years of disappointment and neglect, to win people back to a Democratic Party that puts working people first. So let's break it down. Last November, New York City saw some of the biggest shifts towards Donald Trump of anywhere in the country. Much of it took place in working class and immigrant neighborhoods. A few days after the election, we went to Hillside Avenue in Queens and Fordham Road in the Bronx, not to lecture, but to listen. And what we heard was a desire to bring down the cost of living. That was our focus, and many of those voters came back. Brighton Beach went for Trump by 44 points. Last week, we won it by 16. College Point was a plus 11 Trump neighborhood. We took it by 8 points. We saw similar or even bigger swings in Bath Beach, Astoria Heights, and the North Shore of Staten Island. The headline is clear. We can win back voters many have written off if we give them something to vote for, not just tell them what to be against. When Eric Adams eked out a win by 7,000 votes 4 years ago, he called it a mandate and pronounced himself the new face of the Democratic Party. Even then, it was a little ridiculous. But in some neighborhoods, he did put up impressive margins. Take Flatbush, for example. Eric Adams dominated there, double digits ahead of his next rival. On Tuesday, there was also a double-digit victory, except it was for us, over Andrew Cuomo. We flipped Crown Heights by 45 points, North Corona by 33, and Jamaica by a staggering 57 points. These are the outer borough voters that Eric Adams said he'd bring with him to City Hall. He served as donors instead. Whether we're talking about young voters, older voters, or just plain disaffected New Yorkers, no campaign in recent history has been as successful at driving new voter registrations, especially in the 100 days before the election. Just take a look at this graph. According to the Times, in the 14 days before the registration deadline, about 37,000 people registered to vote. That's over 10 times the number of new registrations over the same period of time in the 2021 mayoral primary. As a result, we won big with zero prime voters, New Yorkers who had not voted in any recent mayoral primary. For instance, in Gravesend, at least 32% of all voters were first-time primary voters. Most campaigns focus on triple primes, New Yorkers who voted in the last 3 primaries. But this strategy ignores most of our city, yet we knew that we could turn them out if they saw themselves in our policies. We ran a campaign that tried to talk to every New Yorker. Whether I could speak their language,
आपकी वजह से हमने $8 मिलियन रेज किया है, 6 लाख से ज्यादा दरवाजे खटखटाए हैं,
or just tried.
que se comprometa al bienestar.
All the words are new! And the coalition that came out on Tuesday reflected the mosaic of these 5 boroughs. We won South Asian neighborhoods by huge margins in places like City Line, Ozone Park, Jamaica Hills. We won Latino neighborhoods like Corona, Washington Heights, Pelham Bay, and Woodhaven. We won many of the same Chinese voters that turned out for Trump in Flushing, Chinatown, and Bensonhurst. And in the final months of the campaign, we narrowed Andrew Cuomo's once sizable lead with black voters, outright winning young black New Yorkers in neighborhoods like Harlem and Flatbush. Andrew Cuomo and his super PAC spent more than $31 million. That's about $87 per vote. We were focused on affordability, and it cost us only $19 per vote. But what you did for us was worth so much more than what money could buy. The result? We shattered everyone's.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.